welcome back to my channel. So glad that you are here. So yeah, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite leading men. That is the one and only Mr. Idris Elba. That's right, Idris Elba. Is he your favorite? Let me know who your leading person is. Male, female, doesn't matter. Drop it down below. Let's have a little bit of fun. So yes, Idris Elba, my goodness. What can we say about Idris Elba? What can't we say about him? I mean, he's just great. He's just fantastic at whatever he does, whatever project he's in, whatever movie, television series, you name it, he is great. He's a great announcer, a great interviewer. He's a great interviewee. He's just all around great. And not only is he great in those facets, he's also using his star power for good. Don't we love that? Don't we love using all of your influence and skill set and all God-given talent to not only just show up in a way of acting, but also utilize it as a vehicle for other things that can help other people in other ways generationally? Yes, we do love that. We love someone that actually puts in versus takes out. So let's get into this wonderful sharing about Idris Elba. All right, so now according to a BBC News, Idris Elba shares why he is planning a move to Africa. Let's get into it. Now, British actor Idris Elba has told the BBC that he will relocate to Africa within the next decade as part of his plans to support the continent's movie industry. This is huge. Now, the 52-year-old star of the hit series The Wire is behind a nascent projects to build a film studio on the Tanzanian islands of Zanzibar, as well as one in the Ghanaian capital, Accra. Now, born in London, Elba, whose mother is from Ghana and father from Sierra Leone, has a strong attachment to Africa. He wants to leverage his star power to back its burgeoning film business. As he says, it is vital that Africans get to tell their own stories. I would certainly consider settling down here, not even consider, it's going to actually happen. He said in an interview on the sidelines of an industry meeting in Accra. I think I'll move in the next 5-10 years, God willing. I'm here to bolster the film industry. That is a 10-year process, and I won't be able to do that from overseas. I need to be in country on the continent. But in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, he will not commit to living in a specific place. I'm going to live in Accra. I'm going to live in Freetown, Sierra Leone's capital. I'm going to live in Zanzibar. I'm going to try and go where they're telling stories. That's really important. One goal he does have to make a film in his studio in Accra one day. Own those stories. Now, Elba, who played South African anti-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela in the 2013 biopic Long Walk to Freedom, believes that it is vital for Africans to be center stage in the entire filmmaking process. And I 100% agree, 1000% agree. That is in front of the camera, behind the camera, and also in financing, distribution, marketing, and showing the final product. Well, what do you know? That means being all a part of the process. Don't we love that? Now, he imagines that just as movie audiences around the world know the differences between the U.S. cities of New York and Los Angeles without necessarily even having visited them, they will one day have a more nuanced understanding of the continent. Now, this sector is a soft power, not just across Ghana, but across Africa. If you watch any film or anything that has got to do with Africa, all you're going to see is trauma. How we were slaves, how we were colonized, how it's just war. And when you come to Africa, you will realize that it's not true. So it's really important that we own those stories of our tradition, of our culture, of our languages, of the differences between one language and another. The world doesn't know that. With Nigeria's Nollywood producing hundreds of movies a year, films are arguably one of the country's most successful exports. There's also a tradition, especially in parts of Francophone Africa, of making high quality films. Now, Elba has previously recognized the talent in Africa's film industry, but said the facilities were lacking. A 2022 report from UNESCO backed up the actor. The UN's cultural agency said that despite significant growth in production, the business of filmmaking across the continent was hindered by issues such as piracy, substantial training opportunities, and a lack of official film institutions. So basically, let's get people with the talent so we can teach one and grow many, right, in those fields. Now, Elba believes with the right momentum and involvement, and after all, we do that everywhere else, the continent was hindered by issues. Okay, hold on. Let's back up here. Now, Elba believes that the right momentum and involvement of governments willing to create an enabling environment, a virtuous circle can be established. We have to invest in our storytelling because when you see me, you see a little version of yourself, and that encourages us. And what better way of being able to put on center stage, up front, and personal with everyone about having the ability to tell your own story. How many times do we always say to someone, we need to know your narrative, or make sure you put your narrative out there and don't let someone else define you? Well, this is very much in line with that understanding. And I think it's about damn time. So although there have been many projects that we probably have seen, not all of us have had the opportunity, but there have been more. And I think the beauty of social media allows for that bridge gap to happen as well. Netflix has some things out there too, I believe, as well. So there's so much richness and enrichment in this particular sector that can be utilized to, in essence, propel another, continent in that direction in order for them to share their stories the way they want to, not necessarily has to align with what anyone else does anywhere else, because the uniqueness of what they have to offer is always good enough. Now, if you choose to want to do any type of like soap operas or anything that seems to mirror anything that what else is around the world, that's okay too. We love it all. But I think this is such a great way of really building generational wealth, not only for individuals, but for the continent itself. And I think this is so great. And I would imagine there's going to be more partnering individuals in this endeavor, again, with the mindset of giving and not taking from. And I am here for it. I support him in whatever he is doing anyways. And so this is just icing on the cake for me. And I know I'm going to be sitting front and center because I love storytelling. I love perspectives of all countries, all continents, all places. I love the whole concept of understanding the world around us and not just what sits right in front of us. So with that being said, I say kudos to Idris Elba. Congratulations on the forethought and the thinking of how to really take that concept of giving back to your community and communities around. Thank you for being an example of that. I know I appreciate it. I'm sure many of you do as well. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. That about does it for this video. I would love to know your thoughts respectfully and thoughtfully down below. Let's have a conversation about it. And yeah, I mean, Idris is the man. He's just my guy. I mean, he is to me what maybe lots of people felt Denzel was, in the 90s, right? That's how Idris is to be now. So I am, and of course, I still love Denzel too. I mean, there's room for everybody. So yeah, with that being said, thank you again for being here. I so appreciate it. Definitely drop down those comments down below. And I will bid you adieu for this video. And of course, if you are new here and you haven't had an opportunity to hit the subscribe button, please do so, because I would love to have you as part of the family. And yeah, make sure that you give the video a like, and also make sure you have your notification bells on if you don't already, so that way you don't miss any episodes and any uploads that I may have. So I do have another video that I'll be dropping later on, so make sure that you're back for that as well. And I did drop a video earlier today, so make sure you're back for that. And I dropped many before that, so if you haven't got a chance to see that, just binge watch the channel. Take it easy on yourself. All right, so with that, thank you so much again for being here. And hey, you take care, be safe, and until next time, bye.